Alrighty, folks. Well, I promised y'all an update on what's going on with the family, and here we are. We're about to settle in for the evening, and we're going to, chill out at home like we normally do. Well, anyways, I wanted to give you a little bit of a story about what's been happening in our lives for the last few weeks, probably the last 4 or 5 weeks. So it all starts about end of June. Last week of June, we find out that our little son Devin he was exposed to the COVID. So we were a little bit worried about it. He's got some respiratory issues since he was born, and he's had some struggles in his life. So we were kind of worried about him. So everybody got tested for the COVID after we found out that he had been exposed. So we didn't really think much of it. Kids really don't get this thing. They don't really pass it around. At least you don't hear about it much. So we all got tested, and everything came back negative. And we got the test back within like 24 hours, so it was pretty fast. So we got tested on like the 27th, and we found out on the 28th of June that we were all negative, and everybody was good to go. And so we just sort of went about our lives thinking, everything's good. We're good to go. We just keep wearing our masks and social distancing like normal. It's just the way it is, and that's how we live our lives now until things change. But, a couple days later, something weird happened. We stopped at McDonald's, and McDonald's hamburgers aren't good to begin with. And my wife said, hey, this thing tastes like crap. It tastes like metal in my mouth. I was like, that's weird. But McDonald's makes horrible hamburgers anyway, so we didn't really think much of it. She just threw it away. We'll get another hamburger some other place. And she didn't really think much of it afterwards. But that night, I think we went to Five Guys for dinner. Maybe it was the next night. And she took a bite of that hamburger, and she's like, yeah, this thing tastes like metal. She couldn't understand it. I never done tasted anything like that before and didn't have a clue what it was all about. But we figured that we had to do something with that COVID test that we'd had taken. Because they took it and they stick it right at the back of your nose, and it hurts like the dickens sometimes, and it's really uncomfortable. And we figured that, hey, that COVID thing just messed up her sinuses, and now her taste buds are all messed up. So that's sort of how it went down. But that was, it went away after a few days. She ended up making an appointment with her ear, nose, and throat just to talk to the doctor about that, and they diagnosed her with like a sinus infection, and eventually the metallic taste went away. We figured it was just the ketchup. Every time she had ketchup, the tomato sauce, it made her taste metallic. But that was it, and she had a little sinus infection, and they prescribed her some medicine for that, and she seemed to be doing fine. So everything went well for the next couple of weeks. Everything was great, and she had a routine surgery that was scheduled. And so she went in, for routine surgeries, they got to do a COVID test. And for some reason, it done popped up positive. And none of us were sick. None of us had been sick. None of us had any symptoms. So once again, we all just went and got tested. And again, mine came back negative. And so, we just sort of figure it's probably, she'd pop positive, one of those false positive things. But she did have that one symptom way back in the beginning of July, on the 2nd or 3rd of July, and we didn't think much of it at the time. We didn't know metallic taste would be something that you would consider to be a symptom of COVID. But it seems like maybe she just had a super mild case that you didn't notice any symptoms with over the last couple weeks, and then it just turned out that possibly she had COVID, but nobody got sick. Nobody we were around got sick. So this thing is crazy, dude. I don't know what to think. I don't know how you transmit it. I don't understand any of it at all, man. But none of us got sick. Nobody's sick. We're all doing good, and we're just gonna chill out here for the next few days just to keep it all copacetic, make sure nobody else gets sick, and then go about our lives. So anyways, folks, that's all I got to say today. If y'all just want to say hey or whatever, that's so good. And we'll make sure y'all love on one another. We'll talk to you later. Bye.